Hey everyone, welcome back. Now that 2023 is over, I'm making a list of sets that came out that year that excited me the most. Now, I don't have specific criteria for evaluating sets, but in general, things that I like are good display value, good value per dollar, and sets based on themes that I love. Now, there were a lot of awesome sets in 2023, but 2023 also continued the trend of more and more expensive sets. So before we get to my actual list, I want to give a few honorable mentions to sets that I think look amazing, but are just too big and expensive for me to justify getting at this time. And those sets are the Lord of the Rings Rivendell and the Venator-class Star Destroyer. Rivendell is one of the best looking sets available, and it's from an iconic franchise. Between the release of the last Lord of the Rings set and this one, I have read all of the books and watched all the movies in the Lord of the Rings, and I appreciate how great the series is now. I would love to own this set, but I just don't have the space or money right now for it. Star Wars is my favorite LEGO line, and I grew up with the prequels and the Clone Wars, so like many people, the UCS Venator is a dream come true for me. The set looks amazing. So much effort went into the detail, and the scale of it is incredible. I would love to pick it up before it retires, but again, it isn't the right set for me right now. With the honorable mentions out of the way, let's get on to my top 10 sets of 2023. At number 10, we have the Too Fast, Too Furious Nissan Skyline GTR. This set is the third movie car in the Speed Champions line, and it is my favorite of the three. Speed Champions consistently puts out interesting designs and great looking display pieces that don't cost a fortune and can be displayed easily. I have a whole video on why Speed Champions is one of the best collector lines, and this car fits right into that. This car looks great from all angles and even has detailing on the inside with the NOS containers. There are many interesting building techniques for such a small set, and it's a piece that I love to have in my collection. Now, at number 9, we have the Batwing Batman vs. the Joker. This set is a great smaller playset while still taking display into mind. One of my first LEGO sets was a Batwing set 7782 if you're curious, and I remember having a ton of fun playing with it. This new Batwing reminds me of that, while still being unique and a nice display piece. I like Batman as a character, so the fact that we are consistently getting cheap, good-looking, but still playable Batman sets is something that I really appreciate. Overall, this set is well constructed and looks great. I just hope that we get something for the Joker to fight back with soon, because this set does feel a little bit one-sided in that respect. At number 8, we have Hokusai the Great Wave from the art line. This is a beautiful piece of art that LEGO was able to capture very well in this set. The movement from All Studs artwork to LEGO art that includes larger plate pieces and even a little bit of 3D effects was a great move in my opinion. The white framing around the piece also makes it stand out well wherever it is placed. I love the inclusion of the tiny printed faces to represent the men in the boats, and the print of the artist's signature. This set also has a great price per piece ratio, but that is a little bit less impressive when you consider how many of these pieces are really small. The Great Wave ends up on my list because it's not too expensive and makes for a great display piece without taking up too much room. And at number 7, we have the Ghost and Phantom 2 from LEGO Star Wars. This set is based on the Ahsoka TV show that also came out in 2023, but the Ghost was originally a set from Star Wars Rebels. The last time LEGO made a Ghost set was 2014, and at the time I was not a fan of Rebels, so I didn't pick it up. That's why I was thrilled to learn that not only did they make a new Ghost set, but also, it is an improvement in almost every way on the original. I love the look of the ship, especially the 3 canopy pieces lined up in the center of it. Since Star Wars is my favorite LEGO theme, many of my sets end up being big gray ships, and because of that, I appreciate the color that the Ghost has. I'm also glad that they included the Phantom 2 instead of selling it separately. It makes this feel more like a complete set, and though the Phantom is smaller than it was previously, it feels more in scale with the actual Ghost ship. All of the angles and detailing flow together really well and make this one of my favorite recent Star Wars sets. I do wish it were a little cheaper and that it had come with an Ahsoka minifigure, or at least some other minifigures, but otherwise, this set is amazing. Moving on to number 6, we have Mrs. Castillo's Turtle Van from the new LEGO Dreams line. This is a set that I was surprised to see not many people talking about. And while there is a lot of hype around the Dreams line as a whole, I haven't heard much praise for this set specifically, and I think it deserves some. Even though I now collect mostly for display, my favorite times with LEGO were as a kid with creative sets that inspired me to play and build my own things. Mrs. Castillo's Turtle Van brings back that feeling for me, while still looking great on display. I love the idea of a hippie van that is also a turtle. I couldn't think of a more fitting animal combination. And like all the Dream sets, I love that the instructions suggest how to make 2 different sets straight out of the box. The set just oozes creativity, as do most of the sets in the Dreams line. But this one in particular makes me happy because it is fun without even having any conflict. As I hold the set, I just feel the peace and fun that comes with such a design. And while it may have a standard or even muted color palette compared to the other Dream sets, it adds a lot of color to my collection of mostly Star Wars and adult theme sets. All the figures in the set, and the theme as a whole, are creative and fun in their own ways. LEGO original themes will always be something that I appreciate. They inspired me a lot as a kid, and they show off the creativity and fun of building with LEGO, being able to prioritize play when many themes have to prioritize looks. Even if I don't personally buy any sets in an original theme, I want them to exist for more kids to get that experience. And here's a great example of how these sets can be great for both play and display, and can be fun for anyone of any age. Now moving on to number 5, we have the MIDI-scale Executor Super Star Destroyer from LEGO Star Wars. I know I just spent the last minute talking about how much I love color and creativity, but I still love Star Wars. What can I say? As someone who didn't appreciate them the first time around, I'm thrilled that LEGO is bringing back the MIDI scale. This is honestly a perfect series for collectors like me, because it lets me have some awesome huge ships from my favorite universe without having to scrounge up UCS money and space. The Super Star Destroyer was a great pick, because it is an iconic ship that would be difficult to do as a non-UCS ship before bringing back the MIDI scale. The set looks great, having a perfect amount of detail for its scale, and the fact that it is mostly covered in plates, and that due to its size, each piece of greebling had to be used to its best effect, honestly makes this set look better to me than the original UCS version. Though I can cut that set some slack because it came out 12 years before this one. The display stand rounds out making this a perfect display piece, as it looks great both in a collection and by itself sitting on a desk. I look forward to seeing what LEGO does with the MIDI scale going forward, and that's why this set is number 5. And now for number 4, we have the Botanical Garden set from LEGO Friends. This set has already received a ton of praise, and rightfully so. It is one of the most beautiful sets LEGO has ever made. The colors of the buildings are nice, and I'm glad that they aren't too vibrant, because they really let the plants within pop. And the plants are very creative. I love the different piece and color usage to pack so many different plants into what isn't ultimately a huge building. The pond outside is also very charming. And lastly, this set has over 1,000 pieces for only $80. This set makes me wish I had the space for a LEGO city to put it in. I love visiting botanical gardens when I have the opportunity to, and I'm glad that now my minifigures will be able to do so as well. Now for the top 3 sets. I had a very difficult time picking the order, and honestly, my ordering keeps changing, but this is what I ultimately decided to go with. At number 3, we have the Tales of the Space Age set from LEGO Ideas. This set has so much going for it in my eyes. Being someone who has loved space and sci-fi for my whole life, this set was guaranteed to hook my attention. It is so beautiful. The great use of color and gradients ties the modules together while still letting each have its own personality. Having 4 modules and 4 instruction booklets means that this set can easily be built with family or friends for a fun bonding experience. This set also won't take up too much space to display, and at $50, it's pretty affordable. While the building techniques are very simple, there's something nice about occasionally going back to the classic style of LEGO building. Overall, this set does a great job presenting the awe and beauty of space, and is one of my favorite sets of the year. At number 2, we have a set that I almost put in the honorable mentions category for being too big and expensive, but ultimately it managed to sneak onto the official list, and that is the Concorde. This set is special to me because my dad is a huge fan of the plane, so when it came out as a LEGO set, I got it for him for Christmas. We built it together, and it was a great experience that further added to my love for this set. But even without all of that, this is an incredible set. The plane is super well detailed, looking just like the real thing. The build is fun, with the wings being fairly straightforward, but then the body has some incredible techniques to fit the landing gear mechanism into such a small space. The landing gear and droop snoop provide some nice variable ways to pose the plane, though ultimately I think it looks best in its float mode most of the time. It's just such a sleek design. The display stand is also nice. I like that it's not too big and it looks like it's made of wood, but still provides some key details about the plane. It should be noted though that this plane is huge. I thought I would be able to store it by getting rid of one of my other sets of roughly equal piece count, but I was wrong. Because the plane has so little volume, almost all the pieces go to making the area massive. It is really long and pretty wide, and it isn't the cheapest set ever either, coming in at $200. But despite all that, it makes me too happy every time I see it to not include it on this list. And now finally, at number 1, my favorite set of the year is the Insect Collection from LEGO Ideas. I love attempts at making organic looking things out of LEGO, and I think this one succeeded. This set has so much that I like about LEGO. Creative use of pieces, beautiful colors, and demonstrating that almost any subject matter can look good if made properly. Once again, this set allows for easy collaboration with friends and family, which can make this a great experience for more than one person, and the final product is wonderful. The insects look very accurate for LEGO, and I love that the display pieces around them give a bit of context to their world. The fact that they aren't connected together also gives them many options for display. The building techniques, while not the most complex of any set, are still interesting and engaging. And this set has more than 1,100 pieces for only $80. Ideas sets were really amazing this year, and I'm continuously impressed with what LEGO employees and fans alike are able to make. This set to me feels very complementary to the Tales of the Space Age set. While that one inspired me with the beauty and grandness of our universe, this one inspires me with the beauty of life and our planet, and how so many incredible things exist, whether at a large or small scale. As I said before, any of these top 3, Tales of the Space Age, Concord, and the Insect Collection, might be my favorite set of the year at a given time, and they're all amazing sets. But for now, I'll say that the Insect Collection is my favorite set of the year. So those are my top 10 sets of 2023. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.